Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen, Gungans and all you fantabulous droids out there. Let me tell you, it's great to be in the Empire today, and you're watching Arnold Holiday News. Let me tell you, some weird stuff going on in today's midweek update. Even weirder than this boo-boo I got in my nose. Of course, that'd be look how obnoxious. It's like a volcano growing there. Anyways, we got some interesting stuff that CG's throwing down in today's update on 3/27/2024. Of course, we have the Gungan Bombardier here in Galaxies. We will be testing out this guy tomorrow. We have 3 Gungans. I'm already kind of impressed of 2. Looking forward to this third one. I'm really looking forward to that tank. However, CG's buffing Bo-Katan Mand'alor. A bit odd, and on top of that, they're kind of doing something against what they originally told us. They're nerfing a Datacron here. Well, I guess, yeah, this is, let's just get into it. A lot of weird stuff going on here. So, Gungan Bombardier is here. All that great stuff, as we already mentioned. Tomorrow we'll be able to get access to the marquee event. All that fun jazz. And on top of that, Seer Junda is now on the list of accelerated characters. So, it's nice seeing that these Cal Kestis requirements are looking pretty darn good. Finally, these double drops. And on top of that, it's actually kind of nice seeing. Congratulations to all those people who unlocked Jedi Knight Cal Kestis this time around. We're at about 50,000 people who have Jedi Knight Cal Kestis unlocked. So congratulations. Happy to see that he finally got into your rosters. I don't want to be skeptical, but I have a feeling the next time we'll probably see Jedi Knight Cal might be when his event is permanently available, likely sometime late June, late July, whenever the 1-year anniversary is of his actual event there. But yeah, let's just say this is kind of a good starting point, because even Bo-Katan's the release schedule for Jedi Cal has been very weird. I want to just get to this because this is odd, and I think I know where this conversation stems from, but let's do this. Do you guys remember a couple weeks ago we got this post here, and it really perplexed a lot of people, and it was one of those where I was like, am I missing something? So I was trying to do some of my own testing. I wasn't finding anything with this Bad Batch versus Bo-Katan, non-Datacron with Datacrons. I talked to a lot of people I respect in this game and their knowledge, and they're like, we can't replicate what's going on here. So CG, a while ago, they were like, hey guys, just a heads up. Players, I don't know who these players are. Players have reached out to the team about the Bad Batch performance against Bo-Katan Mand'alor, and we will investigate and see if the matchup is greater than we intend. Thank you for bringing this to our attention. So one of the initial concerns that people had, Bad Batch would get nerfed. No, that's good. So we're not seeing a Bad Batch getting nerfed, but instead they made Bo-Katan Mand'alor kind of a little bit better here. Actually, I would say a substantial buff. And it's just odd because I am not seeing this data that CG's trying to throw down. I looked at all the battles between Bad Batch and Bo-Katan and all the Grand Arena appearances that she has made. 16% win rate. And the wins that do happen, they're kind of against wishy-washy, less than ideal teams. This is in 5v5. What about 3v3, Arnold? I'm really not seeing anything. An 8% success rate. So I'm not really sure where they're getting their numbers from, what players are reporting. But here's the result of what I'm guessing is that forum post about Bad Batch versus Bo-Katan. And the buff kind of makes sense. Let's read it. So on the unique ability for Mand'alor, what we have here is now the tier 6 ability is going to grant her tenacity up for 1 turn at the start of each encounter, which can't be dispelled or prevented. That's kind of a big deal. And here's the real big thing that really screams, screw you, Bad Batch. But again, Bad Batch wasn't really a problem. I don't know. Bo has plus 10 speed stacking for each stunned light side Mandalorian ally. So obviously this is likely targeting tech. When he does his stun, maybe it's something targeting Wrecker's AoE stun that's on the team. But again, I don't know where this concern is coming from. I would say there's a lot more pressing issues than this specifically, especially when we consider the fact that there's really only 6,000 Bo-Katan Mandalors. Again, another oddity. She's had her event happen so many times. Only 6,000 people have her. You know, the requirements are still kind of fresh, and they're kind of a high relic requirement as well for epic confrontation. So it's just really weird to me. It wasn't really an issue that, as far as I could tell, from a mathematical perspective. And I'm sure if I threw on maybe another, Omicron down here, maybe it might, yeah, 16% win rate. And that's not even including, the Datacron matchups and, putting it in the right lineup, because some people have these weird lineups in here. Yeah, I don't know what to say, but hey, Bo-Katan got buffed. Hey, we should maybe be happy. They've been kind of brutalizing our boy Darth Bane, and we might be doing some more stuff to him. Oh, by the way, we're changing how this works. It doesn't actually work like that. So nonetheless, Bo-Katan's getting a buff. I mean, even in general, outside of Bad Batch matchups, having her be able to have this tenacity up, which can't be dispelled or prevented, it's kind of a big deal. And, you know, there's not many instances of battles where her team can get stunned, but imagine maybe going up against Starkiller. You know, Palpatine's AoE stun is kind of a big deal. Jedi Knight Luke stun up against maybe with Jedi Master Luke versus Bo. That might be another big deal. So I just, I'm hoping they didn't base this off of the Bad Batch because I'm not seeing it. But whatever. At least they're not nerfing the Bad Batch, which is all fine and dandy. I guess on this note as well, there's actually a minor other buff. It's more of a bug fix, but it turns out to be a buff with IG-12 and Grogu, where they fixed an issue where IG-12 wouldn't call an Alex when using his basic on his turn. That's kind of a nice little buff. Again, I feel like Bo-Katan has been fine the way she is. I haven't seen a need for her to be nerfed or buffed. Yeah, I don't know. Just it's all very odd. We got a couple other random things here. One of them being Datacron interactions. Now, this goes back way back when. I believe it was like an interview that the developers, I think it was CG Crom with I want to say RSG. It was on some sort of YouTube channel, Twitch stream. I can't quite remember, but it was a couple years ago, like when Datacrons first came out. And when the question came up, what happens if a Datacron's absolutely broken? The answer was, we just let it be. You know, it'll just expire and, you know, work its way out of the meta once the Datacron set gets dismantled. However, Capital Games apparently has not been happy with the Biggs Datacron, where they now limited it to once per turn for the turn meter gain, so the infinite loop no longer happens. And you guys want to know why that's the case, because a lot of you guys have a Biggs at Relic, and furthermore, it's beating Galactic Legends like Leia. Now, keep in mind, there are ways of shutting down the counter for the Biggs Crown up against Leia. I've had no issue with people using their Biggs Dark Light or Datacron against my Leia, because I've added precautions, Kanan, Old Ben, to make sure we really mitigate the success of it. But if you don't put things like Kanan and Old Ben, it definitely leaves your Leia Organa vulnerable. So this is going to be kind of you know, this is one of the few Datacrons that got people interested in a feature that was already not well loved in the community, but because people had a big Datacron, they could turn their Mon Mothma into this really cool turn meter engine team. That was a great thing for them. So it's kind of funny that this is the one they take away. And it's awfully odd because we've had plenty of infinite loop battles in the past with Datacrons. I mean, remember Grand Moff Tarkin? That was one of the wildest Datacrons. He would just dab the entire like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 30. Well, there's not 30-minute battles, but the whole entire time, and then he would nuke the enemy team. So it's just odd. I just feel like this is really targeting not the player base they want to target. You know, you kind of want those people that don't like your Datacrons, they like them a little bit more. Yes, that's no bueno. They also did some stuff with the Scareful Pathfinder with the heal over time Datacron of True Imwe, where now they're going to give the heal over time at the end of the turn. This way, Scaref will no longer be invincible. I know there is a chance Scaref could be quote-unquote invincible, but it was by no means not impossible to handle. I've dealt with it many times. You use B2 Super Battle Droid, or you try to time out Mara Jade's, you know, shock and buff the spell, so that way you don't get the heal over time on the Scaref Pathfinder. Again, you know, this kind of goes against the motto they told us, that if there's something broken, they'll just leave it there, and because it's going to balance itself out by deleting itself after a couple months. So I'm a little disappointed in this stuff here, you know, because they're buffing Bo for, in my opinion, no apparent reason, but then they're nerfing. I don't know. It's, as I said, it's kind of a weird update that they're throwing out here. Also, side note, this was kind of an issue that I started noticing in my past couple Grand Arenas fighting up against Malevolence, where Malevolence will still get going. It'll kill, like summon another unit, get its extra turn in. And some people report that they've lost Grand Arenas because of this bug. So good that they're fixing all that stuff. And also, the other day we talked about the Resistance Cheese, the new Datacron. It's still going to be a thing, but I noticed in the video something was wrong. And here we can see they're going to fix this Datacron, which will prevent units from being defeated with Zori as an ally. So it was very weird. Again, this is understandable. This is a bug with the Datacron. Okay, I could see them needing to intervene and fix it. These two things right here, especially the Biggs Cron, they were just not happy that all you free-to-play folks, you're supposed to keep hating the Datacrons, not find the ones that benefit you guys. Come on! Jeez! Oh, weird stuff, ladies and gentlemen, all my fantastic Gungans and droids. That's going to wrap it up for our midweek AHN segment. Looking forward for this Gungan Bombardier tomorrow. I mean, boy, just seeing the two, what they can do right now, the third one, I mean, I see this team being very usable in 3v3 already, but I'm really excited for that tank. That tank is, I don't know if I should say make or break the Gungans, but it's going to really define if this could be a really good team or is it just going to be an all right team. So, ladies and gentlemen, pass the ball over to you guys. What do you guys think? I don't know, man. Just weird stuff all across the board of this update here. Nonetheless, love hearing from you guys. Thanks for stopping by here in AHN. Leave a like, comment down below, subscribe so you're not missing a thing. And, of course, always remember how it's great to be in the Empire today.